Today, I'm going to show you how to dress up this tired vintage jewelry box with a little bit of paint and some stencils. I want to tell you about the time that my sister and I got a spanking for getting along too well. It has the usual red velvet lined drawers. I used DIY paint in Bohemian Blue and added a lot of water so that it was more like a dye for that red velvet. It turned it a gorgeous shade of purple. It's possible. I mean, if you were a betting person, you could look at my sister and I and our relationship, and Vegas would give you the odds, and they would be 50-50 that one of us would end up dead. We fought a lot. I grew up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. My grandmother, my father's mother, lived in Little Rock, but we made that drive quite a bit for Christmases, Thanksgiving, whatever else. Family reunion, we did that one quite a bit. This one squirt of blue paint was able to cover the bottom, the back, and both sides. DIY paint goes a long ways. Dad's driving. We were in the back seat having so much fun with the Ed gang. I don't even remember what the Ed gang was doing, but we had these 7 or 8 little stuffed animals, no bigger than like a grapefruit. And they all had an Ed name. Ed, of course.
Ted,
Jed.
Ed,
Red.
Ned,
Ned.
Zed,
Ted.
Red,
Did I say Jed?
Fred.
I've recently started carrying Jami vintage stencils on my website. You can find them at purplemonkeymanor.com. The Ed gang was having their adventures, and Dad had had enough of the noise. And he said, "Girls, you need to quiet down." Looking back on it, I don't even remember the first, second, or third warnings. I don't know how much time he gave us, but he is a pretty laid-back guy, so I bet he gave us many warnings. So we played and played and played. We got the warning and the warning and the warning, and finally Dad said, "If you girls can't quiet down, I'm going to pull over and I'm going to give you a spanking." I'll be stenciling with DIY's new liquid patina, Pennies from Heaven. It's this gorgeous copper color. When stenciling, it's important to offload a lot of the paint that's on your brush onto another surface. I'm using a plastic plate here because paper plates tend to soak up a whole lot of the paint. And they're reusable. Jami Vintage has a line of stencil brushes. And of course, I thought, oh, who needs a special brush for this? I can do it. If I had a special brush for this, I wouldn't be cleaning it up here. I had to go back and paint the Bohemian Blue over the places where I'd gone outside the stencil. I'll be adding those brushes to my website very soon. You'll be able to find them at purplemonkeymanor.com. He had laid down the law. And if he wasn't going to enforce it, you know, right? So he had to enforce it. He pulls over. He pulls us out of the car. I went first. I'm the oldest. I got my spanking. I used a sanding block with 220 grit sandpaper to distress the edges of the top and of the drawers. I don't even remember the spanking, but what I do clearly remember about this event is that my sister got the second spanking. And as she was coming back into the car, she looked at me and she was crying, and this snot bubble came out of her nose and popped. I gave the entire jewelry box a coat of clear wax. I brushed it on with a brush, and then later, as it had dried a little bit, I went back with a lint-free rag and polished it up a bit. We were laughing again. My poor father, defeated, had to get back in the car and keep driving. I hope that you'll give us a thumbs up for this video and subscribe to see what's coming next. You can find the wax, the stencils, and the paint on our website, purplemonkeymanor.com. I'll put the links to each one below.